I'm back. I'm so sorry. Thanks you guys for coming back. Replay viewers, sorry about that other one, but you probably don't even know about it because by the time you get on this one, I will have deleted the other one. Hey, Valda. Hi, you guys. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate that. Hey, Meg, how are you? What's going on, Boot Camper? Thanks so much for inviting your followers. Hey, Devin, thanks so much for coming back, you guys. I appreciate that. Those who are new to me, I am Kat, the Course Builder. I have a master's degree in instructional design and teaching with technology, as well as a master's degree in business. Hey, Talisha, I'm back. You know I'm special. I had to, been stranded without a signal. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'm glad that you made it back. Hi, Janine. How are you, honey? Thanks so much for coming in, love. Felicia, how are you, babe? Hey, baby. How are you, sweetheart? And congratulations, too. I wanted to tell you that in person, sweetheart. Congratulations. Happy birthday. All that good stuff. Yes, 1% is in the house. Hey, Michelle. Hey, honey. Oh, thank you, babe. Thank you. I'm trying to get my act together. It is so hot under these lights. My God, it's hot. But listen, I know Atlanta is a mess. I know. It's still a mess from yesterday. But listen, I wanted to come in, you guys, for just a few minutes and talk with you about your audience, because those of you all who are building courses, listen, you have to have an audience or you're not going to have anybody to sell to. All right. So those of you guys who are in my 1% core, interesting title. Is it, Janine? Is it? You know, a lot of folks who are in my 1% course who are, y'all, I got my little rag here because y'all know I get hot. I get hot under these lights, right? So, those of you all who are selling courses, you have to have someone to actually sell to, right? So most of you all know that Periscope is, where am I? I'm somewhere. I never tell where I am. Direct message me. I'll tell you where I am. I'll tell you where I am, okay? So those of you all who are selling courses, you know that Periscope is an awesome way to get people into your communities and build your communities so that you can help people. First of all, you've got to serve first before you start selling, all right? Okay, somebody tweet that. You have to serve first before you start selling, okay? So I know you guys have selling on the brain, but you have got to start serving first. I'm going to start sweating, you guys. So I'm warning you. I am forewarning you that I'm getting ready to start sweating like a pig, okay? Yeah, it's going down because of these hot lights. All right. Yes, you have to serve before you start selling. So why isn't your audience growing at the rate that you want it to grow? All right. Why isn't it growing? Those of you all who know my story, you know that I did not start out this business on social media. You guys know that in terms of coming on and being all over the place on social media, that's fairly new to me. That is really fairly new to me. And I grow my audience at about 100 followers per week. I grow my audience at about 100 followers per week. And people ask me, well, how do you get so many followers per like every week? How do you do that? So I thought I would come on and share about 100 a week. And I've been doing about 100 a week, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less. Hey, Sabria. Hey, honey. I do a little bit more or a little bit less on some weeks, but it's about 100 a week. And so because I've been keeping track of it, you guys know you can keep track of it, right? And I've been doing growing by about 100 people per week for the last several weeks. So you all can see that I think I have, somebody tell me what the number is. It hasn't even been 10 months, Talisha. It hasn't even been 10 months. So if you all remember, I changed my scope handle. All right. Y'all remember that I changed my scope handle back in March. Y'all remember? Okay, 1738. Okay. I changed my scope handle like late March or something like that, right? And so I don't know how many weeks it is since March, but ever since then, I've been growing at about 100 new followers per week. Okay, so some people want to know how I'm doing that. So I wanted to come on and tell you, give you some 12 to 15 weeks. There you go. Okay, awesome. 12 to 15 weeks. Yep, that's what it's been. That's what it's been. Almost 1,808, and every Thursday is the 100 people mark, right? So I've got, you need to grow your following. Okay, awesome. Because if you don't have a following, then people won't know where to find you to buy your stuff, right? So you have to have an audience. So let's talk about some of the things that I make sure that I do to grow my audience, okay? And how I've done that. Y'all have to excuse the sweat. Can y'all excuse the sweat? I'm sorry, you guys. Am I the only one? I get super hot. My God. And then I have to sit under these flashing lights. So y'all I hope y'all can put up with my stuff. Okay. Thank you so much, Talisha. I can control all this sweating. I know. It's ridiculous. And then the hair. You know what I mean? The silk shirts. Ridiculous. You know what I mean? Okay. Hey, 1%. Hey, Tammy. Okay. All right. Thanks, Sabria. Okay. So let's talk about how to actually do. Here are some ways. Girl, please. Okay. So the number one thing that has contributed to my personal growth is consistency. Consistency not only in coming on the scope, but consistency in my message. All right. Consistency in my message, in my messaging. So yeah, consistency is probably the number one factor. And it's not just coming on here frequently, because a lot of people come on frequently, but they still can't grow their audience, right? They are not consistent in their messaging. You're not consistent in your messaging. So what does that mean, Kat? That means that one day you're on talking about, oh, I don't know. Let me make something up, because if I say somebody's thing, you're going to think I'm picking on you. So I need to make it up. Okay, so one day the sky is blue, all right? And you're talking about the sky is blue, the sky is blue, the sky is blue. And then the next day I come on, you're talking about the grass is green. Okay, so why are we talking about this when you were talking about that? If you were a plumber yesterday, why are you talking about electrical work today? Like, I don't get it. I can pick on you? Okay, awesome. Like, if you come on and your messaging and your topic is all over the place, people get confused, all right? And I always say that confused customers don't buy. Confused customers don't buy. Yeah, you're random. You're random, right? And if you're random, people are not going to come in. It's just like if you went into, let's say, if you went into Victoria's Secrets, right? Can you do two different things on Periscope? You can, but I don't recommend it, especially when you are first starting out. When you're first starting out, don't do. My recommendation is that you don't do two when you first starting out, because I think people get confused. You have a different opinion on that, Talisha? You have a different opinion on that? You have to have yes, you absolutely have to have a tight strategy. If you're going to do two things, you have to have some real strategery, all right? And most people are just like all over the place. So I don't even recommend that you attempt two different things when you first start out. Stay focused. Get people used to who you are. Get people used to your messaging, and don't be so worried about trying to get certain people. Like I've had a few clients that had multiple things, but you tie them together. Absolutely. And Scope Scribe, Talisha is, if anybody knows how to do it, she does. All right. So if you guys aren't following Scope Scribe, listen, she's amazing. Okay, and she knows what she's talking about. All right, so definitely when she gets back up there, make sure you follow Talisha, better known as the amazing Scope Scribe. Okay, so you definitely need somebody like Scope Scribe to talk with you about strategery if you're going to have more than one topic. But most people have no strategy; they're just very, very random with it, and so it comes across as random, and people just get turned off because they don't know what to expect from you. All right, they don't know what to expect. So it's like if you go into Victoria's Secrets and you're expecting to pick up some ladies' intimate wear, and you go in there and they're frying hamburgers in the back. Like they're frying hamburgers in the back, taking numbers. But you're like, wait a minute, I came in here to get, like, I came here to get some stockings or something like that, right? But they're frying hamburgers in the back. And you're like, wait a minute. What? I didn't sign up for this, right? You're out of there. You're down at JCPenney somewhere. A good burger, right? So definitely consistency, not only in coming on to the scope, but I recommend that you stay consistent in your messaging. Okay, stay consistent until people get to know you. All right. Hey, Bishop, how are you, honey? Hey, Live Life with KC, 1% in the house. Okay, so here's the other thing. Okay, y'all ready? I promise you I'm not talking about anybody on this scope. I wrote these notes out before I knew who was coming on. I promise you, okay? I promise. Okay, so the next thing is, y'all, it's just boring. It's just straight up snooze fest. It's like, oh. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing? Okay, bye. All right? So if it's boring, if it's just straight up snooze fest, you're going to have a hard way to go. Yes, ma'am. Educate plus edutainment. That's right, Scope Scribe. Thank you for sharing out 1%, Bishop. Thank you. Okay, so you cannot be straight up boring. Nobody's going to stay on there. You guys have about 2 to 3 seconds for people to decide if they're going to stay on. All right. Thank you for inviting followers, Valda, 1%. Thank you so much, Boot Camper. Okay. So you guys have about 2 to 3 seconds for people to hop on your scope and decide, I think I'll hang around for a little while. All right. So if you come on and, okay, you guys, maybe it's just me. All right. This is just my opinion. And I'm just one person with an opinion and 100 people every week, okay? But I'm telling you, when you come on and you spend the whole first, 2 minutes or 3 minutes of the scope and we never see your face, we never see your face for the first 3 to 5 minutes or something like that. I know that's supposed to be all exciting and everything, but listen, there's nothing on your screen. Hey, Couture42. There's nothing on your screen that's that interesting for people who don't know you. For people who don't know you, yeah, too long to flip the camera. Flip. Okay? People want to see your face. This is about getting to know, trust, and like you, not your computer screen. I don't want to come on your scope and you got the music playing in the background. No, not music, the slow music. You got the slow music playing. You got something random up on the screen. You got something random up there, and you're basically talking to yourself, right? Because they say it's Look, a podcast is a podcast and a scope is a scope. It's two different things. There is a process to live stream. Yes, it is totally a process, okay? So no. Podcasts are not on scopes. People expect to be engaged, all right? People expect to be engaged. Yeah, they never engage or welcome you. Bishop, really? I don't understand it, right? I just wrote that know and trust and like, and they will buy, right? So I was on a scope the other day. And those of you all who haven't shared out, please share the scope. Please share the scope. If this is edutainment for you, please share it out on Periscope as well as Twitter if you haven't already. Because this is a public service announcement. Somebody needs to hear this, okay? Somebody needs to know that when you get, and thank you for inviting Followers Couture. I appreciate that, baby. All right. So for those of you all who are broadcasting and we never see your face, that's going to be a hard way to go. All right, flip that screen, flip that camera, introduce yourself. I was on a scope the other day and I was really interested in the content. I mean, I was really interested, and I wanted to know what they had to say about what they were talking about on the screen, but they never flipped the freaking camera. Like, they never even people were asking questions. They were like, hello. And the person never, they were just like, la. Hey, Shonda. They were like, la. And I'm going, listen, if you're launching a product, if you are selling something, lady, you have to engage us. I mean, I was asking a question about the product she was selling because I really wanted to buy it. That's the crazy part. And she never acknowledged any of us. It was crazy. So that's number 2. You have to engage, and you can't be straight up boring, okay? So straight up boring has to do with engagement, talking to your audience, listening to them, letting them know that you're listening without getting distracted, okay? Without getting distracted. All right? So, yeah. Okay, so here's the other thing. Here's the other way, the third way that my audience has grown. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I did buy. I ended up buying later. And I sent her an email. Yeah, I did. I ended up buying because I wanted to talk to her. I bought because I wanted to talk to her, and I wanted to help her, okay? I wanted to say, you know, I really wanted your product, but I almost didn't buy it. You know, I wanted to be able to help her and give her some feedback. So, and I did buy it because I really did want it. See, that's why she can do that, because people will still, well, not necessarily. I'm a little bit different. And I let her know that because I'm Kat the Course Builder and I review courses. So if I want to review a course, or if I want to look at a course, I'm going to buy it anyway. So you can't go by me. All right. You can't go by me. Look at me. I'm sweating on my lip. All right. So most people are not going to purchase. Most people are not going to entertain once they leave, especially if they don't know you. Now, I had been on her scope maybe 3 to 4 times, something like that. Yeah, they won't. Most people will not. Most people won't even bother. So that's why I'm saying. But we're talking about growing your audience, right? So in order to grow your audience, you've got to talk to people. And if you are shy, a little bit shy, or talking on the camera is a little bit intimidating for you, okay, you're different cause. You're an expert reviewer. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit different because I'm going to purchase it anyway, because I've got a few reasons for wanting to purchase it. Okay? But most people are not going to do that, right? So if you're a little bit shy, if you're a little bit camera shy, or you're not really sure of yourself, retention rate for scopes happens on the first 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, awesome. Okay. Scope Scribe says 10 to 15 seconds. All right, as to whether or not people are going to actually stay, right? Is that right? Scope Scribe does scope analysis. That's what she does. So she would know, right? She would know. I give myself about 3 seconds. Those of you all who are introducing yourselves, sometimes I hear a different introduction every time I come on. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing a different introduction, because sometimes you have to try out your introduction. I get that. I get that, but you know, you don't want to change it every other day. You don't want to change it every other day. Your message has to be consistent, okay? Okay? So yeah. So you want a consistent message. You want to not only come on consistent, and that doesn't mean you have to come on at the same time every day. I mean, I didn't, and I still don't. Yeah, Scope Scribe is amazing. Okay? She can really help you on that analysis piece. So, you know, I didn't come on the same time every day. I still don't come on the same time every day just because my schedule is kind of nutso. So I can't really do that. But what I do commit to is I commit to coming on once a day. And I say that even though I didn't come on yesterday. But most of the time I am on at least once a day. I'm on to the point where if I don't come on, people notice. If I don't come on, people notice. All right. So you want to get to the point where if you don't come on, people notice. Good to know that because my schedule is crazy and specific hard. Yeah, but don't let that be an excuse for you. That's the beauty of live streaming, but we know what to expect. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You know exactly what to expect. Yeah, your schedule is crazy. I get that, but you've got to find a time that your schedule's not crazy because here's the thing. When you go to pitch your product or your service, guess what? If people don't know you, you think that you're coming on. You're like, well, I make it like 70% of the time. I'm consistent. I scope every day though. How's your growth rate and your broadcast? Yes, they're anticipating. Yeah. I got a noisy background and some factors. It's going to be cricket. Yeah, you're going to get crickets in the beginning. But there's nothing wrong with crickets in the beginning. It's okay to get crickets in the beginning. I started out on my new handle with 0 followers and that one little token black heart. It was just sad. It was just like, dang. Almost 600 followers, over 700,000 hearts, less than 1 month. Yay! Name change worked wonders. Awesome, Bishop. We worked on the name change and I'm so happy about that. Thank you, babe. Thank you for that receipt you just dropped. I appreciate that. That is what we do in the 1%. If you guys haven't heard about Cat's 1% yet, that is where we go deep into course building, launching courses, teaching courses so that you can build your business around your course assets. And if you all are using scoping, as a primary entryway into your funnel, then you have to make sure that you are engaging people properly so that you can grow, so that you can have an audience of people to buy your stuff. That's how it works. All right. Oh, thank you, babe. Thank you, honey. So, do you guys have other questions for me about how I grew my audience, how I continue to grow my audience? You need to be in the 1%. Yes, if you're not, thank you so much, Bishop. I appreciate that. The 1%. If you are in the 1%, let me get a 1% in the chat. Let me get a 1% in the chat. And if you're not sure what the 1% is, that is the 1% of action takers in social media on Periscope. What's up, 1%? Thank you, Mag. What's up, Tammy? What's up, 1%? You were in the 1%. What's up, Valda, 1%? Hey, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All my 1%ers and 1%ers who are catching this on the replay. We go deep into launching strategies, pitching strategies, scoping strategies, building course strategies, and I teach them all my awesome sauce. And if you're interested in becoming one of the 1%, the link is in my bio, and you can definitely check that out and see how you too can become part of the 1%. All right. Part of the 1%. So one of the things that we're going to be digging into over the coming weeks is scoping, because right now we're dealing with sales funnels. All right. We are going deep into sales funnels and how to actually build those out successfully. Hey there. Hey there. Okay. So if you guys have other questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. You guys who are new to me, I am Kat, the Course Builder. Do you teach creating and selling products? I teach creating and selling courses. I stay in my lane, sweetheart. I stay in my lane. All right. So I'm all about teaching, launching, and building courses. All right. And that is what we do in the 1%. Still building an audience. Should I have a certain amount of followers before building a course? No, because the thing about it is you can have, yes, that's fun, right? So you don't have to have a large audience in order to sell a course. Because you can build a course all day long, but can you sell that course? That's the question, right? Because courses that don't sell, we already know are not sexy. We already know that's not sexy. That is not cute. That is not the business, right? So if you're going to build a course, we have to make sure that that course is going to sell. So do you have to have a large audience? No, you don't. But you've got to start somewhere. Start somewhere. And find out what your audience needs are. Find out what they want from you so that you can provide that in a course for them. And once they find that you're able to serve them, right, you're going to give them what they need, then you can sell them. And I don't think that has as much to do with a large audience, because only a certain percentage of that audience is actually going to end up purchasing from you on a consistent basis. Did that help? Awesome. Thank you so much. And if you guys aren't following me, you can swipe up or swipe to the side or swirl all around and click on that Perry person and follow me. Periscope is the best R&D tool. I totally agree. Because Periscope, you can get that research right on the spot. And if you're interested in knowing how to do that and how to grow that audience, and so that you can sell those courses, well, thank you. Yeah, swirl all around till you get that Perry guy. All right. So in order to grow your audience more quickly, I want you all to get more consistent in your messaging. I want you to not be boring. Okay? Don't be boring. Switch it up every now and again. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like you see today, I'm standing up today behind like a black curtain right here. Like, that's different, right? So that's different from what most people are used to. Oh, God. Don't be boring, okay? Engage your people. Switch it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect. Get on there. Let people see that you're excited to see them, that you're happy about what you're doing. Brighten up them lights, for God's sake. Listen, as much as I sweat underneath these lights, I will use these lights, because when people are scrolling down the replays to see what they want to use, or see what they want to click on, the dark ones, yeah, no boring, please, right? So you don't want, when people are scrolling down, you don't want to see this old shady thumbnail that people can't really see your face. They can't see what's going on to see if it's interesting that they want to click on, okay? So I recommend that you get some lights. The dark ones irk me. I know, because you can't see. You can't see. And don't be in the bed. Please don't be in the bed. Please don't be in the bed. Please, Lord, I know. Please don't be in the bed. But y'all know what? I'm beginning to think that's a generational thing. I don't know. I think it's a generational thing. I do, because I don't think Gen Xers are really with that business. Like, we're not about laying down in a bed. I work from home every day, and I come on here with makeup and everything. There's a 3 to 5 second delay, and when starting and stopping. Oh, a broadcast. Okay, Lord, please, no bed, no driving. I know, no bed, no driving, no drive. If I see people driving, I leave almost immediately. If you're driving and scoping, I leave almost immediately, because I don't want people thinking that that's cute, because it's not cute. So if you're driving and I come in and I automatically leave out, that's why. Don't scope and drive, because I think that's very reckless. I know, and it's not smart, and I'm weird about, stuff like that. We have kids and people who are depending on us, and unless you are solving world peace and world hunger, and unless you are figuring out like all the ails of the world, you don't need to be scoping and driving. There's nothing that important. I'm usually riding in my car as a passenger. Okay, yeah. So even when you're riding in your car as a passenger, I want you to know that I know that that's your time to get on. Yeah, I know that's your time to get on. But I would prefer that you be focused. I would prefer that you're not driving, you're not doing anything else but serving the people who are coming on your scope, not riding in a car, not doing other things, unless you're doing other things has to do with what you do. I want you to be focused on your people as much as possible. Okay? I think that'll help. Okay? No scoping, no driving. Please try not to be eating unless you do. Okay, you missed a comment. Okay, I was saying try to be as focused as you can. I know that sometimes it's hard to get in scope time. I know it's hard sometimes, and so you have to be in the car or you have to be on the way somewhere. But if you are a business scoper, if you are scoping for business, I don't want to see you with the seatbelt strapped across you. I really want you to be focused on what you are doing. I want you to be focused on serving the people. Be mindful of consistent feed, lighting, and sound. Yeah. Absolutely, Talisha, because you can't control it. You can't control. Don't eat and scope. I hate that too. I know. The eating on the scope is just, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's like wrong, because that's not true, but it's not going to keep me on. I know, it does look crazy. I'm not going to stay on if you're smacking at me. I don't. And I think that you have to be cognizant of distracting people with your scopes. It is horrible. It is horrible, Valda. So you have to be concerned about the distractions, because people get distracted. I know it can be entertaining, but you know what? Those people are trying to sell products and services. So they're not really trying to be entertaining. That's the problem. Like, they're not really trying to be entertaining. They are actually trying to sell something. So if you are scoping for business, I think you need to come on and be about your business as much as possible. Be about your business. It's not professional unless that's the service you cook. Unless you're a chef or a cook, right? I'm looking for content, not just right, not your lunch. I don't want to see anybody in the bed. I don't want to see any of that. Your broadcaster should captivate the audience to retain. Yes. And you know what? You don't have to be a clown and all over the place to captivate your audience. You don't, you guys. You don't. I don't come on here and you don't. You just have to be focused, get your light right, make sure your sound is as good as possible. People don't stay in scopes that they can't see and they can't hear. Period. End of story. If they can't see you, they can't hear you, they can't understand you, they're not going to stay on. Thank you, honey. Distractions deter. Yeah, distractions are really a deterrent. And guess what? It'll make you not come back either. And it'll make people unfollow you. Okay? So make sure that when you come on, you are giving, how about cussing out? Meg, what I say is, I just think it's I don't know. Business people, stop it. And arguing with the trolls. Don't argue with the trolls. That's what they want. Jesus. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on and be about your business. Give that feed. Don't feed the trolls. Right, Talisha? Yeah, don't feed the trolls. That's what they live for. All right? That's what they live for. So okay, you guys. So let's grow these audiences. Let's grow them with great content. Oh, thank you, Mag. Yes, be about the business. Ignore them. Block and keep going. Come on. Because at the end of the day, listen, your bank account is the one you're looking at, all right? You know what I mean? So don't worry about all that other simple stuff. And it's like anything else, when people know that they can get under your skin, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. So you look kind of silly arguing at the screen over something that... Oh, thank you, Velda. I try. I really do try, except when I drop the phone and all that kind of crazy stuff. You know. But you don't have to be perfect. But you do have to give it the old college try. All right. Yo, you're so welcome, and thanks for coming on, Scope Scribe. Selling Made Easy. You know, we work, yeah, Selling Made Easy. That's another Cat's 1% title. Yes, ma'am. So,